The Chinese takedown of luxury goods is wild right now because luxury goods are a huge source of soft power for the West. Soft power is power through things like culture, music, even language. Like US TV shows, that's a form of soft power because it makes the US aspirational and desirable in some ways. So with luxury brands, Fendi, Prada, Gucci, these Birkins, it creates this aspiration for the West, or aspiration to be European in a way, showing that Europe is this gold standard of quality. But when China's revealing that 80% of anything you buy that's Gucci is made in China, that over 60% of anything that you buy from Prada is made in China, that the only difference is that they send it over to Europe and then they stitch on a made in France or made in Italy little label, it's the ultimate pulling the curtain on the wizard in the Wizard of Oz and showing that there actually is no real magic and power in the person who's controlling Oz. I think it's gonna.
That is an absolute fact, especially when he talks about the stuff with the TV shows, especially shows that are on stars like Power and all them other black entertainment stuff they got going on there. All of those shows, they have a whole bunch of people wearing all the name brand stuff, the Fendi, the Prada, the Gucci, all over the set. And even if you don't realize it, these luxury brands are always marketing to us. I especially see it when I'm watching Power because Tyreek is always drenched in some name brand. Fendi, some Gucci, Amiri, always wearing something name brand. That's how they get you.
Be really interesting because there is such a stigma of something that's made in China. There's this perception of lesser quality in the West, but when you reverse that paradigm, when you show that all these goods that you thought were better because they came from Italy or France or wherever, when actually, in actuality, it comes from China, you're forcing consumers to reckon with why they make choices. So if consumers are going to start questioning the perceived worth of luxury goods, consumers are going to then realize that luxury brands are just high markup middlemen. They're just peddling an idea of something versus an actual quality good. And you can just then cut them out and go to the source. And so I think what China is doing right now, by shifting this perception of soft power, by taking back soft power, by showing real power in infrastructure and manufacturing, we're going to see a real flip in a lot of things, whether it comes to labor market, whether it comes to manufacturing, whether it comes to who buys luxury goods and perception of luxury as well. And so I don't know, I'm just in it for the ride here.
That's a fact what he just said, especially about people having this bad stigma about things being made in China. China makes excellent products. I mean, completely excellent products. But it all comes down to the way the person who wanted this product made, how they made the blueprint for it. Does this call for cheap material or does it call for really high quality material? Because like the vast majority of the stuff that I own are from China. And it's really good stuff. Like my headphones are from China. They cost $800. They're excellent headphones. My phone is from China. Apple products are from China. Even though I'm not an Apple product like person, Apple still makes good products. And it's all, the majority of it is made in China. And it's very easy for these fashion manufacturers to get away with this because only a certain part of the manufacturing process has to be done in that country for it to say that it was made in that country. Like for instance, I believe Italy, I think 60% of the manufacturing has to be done in Italy for it to say that it was made in Italy. Now, I'm not sure if that number is correct, but I believe it's somewhere around that. But this is why Bernard Arnault, who is the CEO of LVMH, which own a whole bunch of other luxury brands, is repeatedly in the top 5 richest people in the world that doesn't own a technology company because they make the products in China, ship it over to whatever country they want to finish their products in, slap a label on it, jack up the price 1,000 times, and then sell it to you. And it's really not even good quality products. Like for instance, the Louis Vuitton coated canvas bag, The coated canvas is basically cotton fabric that they coat in plastic, PVC plastic, which is the exact same plastic they use to make pipes that are under your faucet. They coat it in that and charge you $1,500 to $1,000 for it. But people are still willing to pay for it. And this is why I personally don't wear any type of luxury fashion brands, because it's usually the case where a tenth of the total price of that item is actually the cost of the item. The only thing I wear luxury is like watches, because I have a Longines Legend Diver, $2,500, but it probably costs them $400 to $500 to actually make this watch. You know, that's a good markup. That's a fair markup. But the way Louis Vuitton and all these other fashion brands mark the stuff up like 1,000% is completely outrageous, and people really fall for this stuff. Like, they're so ignorant when it comes to fashion. Like, this stuff does not cost that much to make. There's no reason why Coach coated canvas is 7 times cheaper than Louis Vuitton's coated canvas when they're made the exact same canvas in the exact same factory.
Louis Vuitton have seemingly reacted to all of the videos going viral over social media of manufacturers in China saying they make all of their stuff. A factory video from China has gone viral, and now people are seriously doubting the truth behind expensive fashion brands. One factory worker revealed that some of the biggest names in fashion, including Louis Vuitton and Zara, secretly get a lot of their stuff made in cities like Dongguan and Guangdong. Even though these brands brag about being made in Europe, the video claims that more than half of Louis Vuitton's bags are actually made in China. People online were blown away when they heard that most of the silk used by Louis Vuitton comes from a factory in Hangzhou called Huaxili. It didn't stop there either. The worker said a manager told him it costs around $15 to make something that looks exactly like one of their luxury items. The biggest reason this is upsetting fans is that these brands charge thousands for each product, saying it's all premium, handmade stuff. Now, many are starting to feel like they've been misled and taken advantage of, especially when the final product may not be much different from cheaper versions. And now, a statement has been released to the press, seemingly from a source close to Louis Vuitton. In their statement, the source close to the brand said, "Louis Vuitton want everyone to know that what these people are saying is completely false and untrue, and they want everyone to understand that every item LV releases is made under meticulously high standards. At least it's been addressed, so it might not be true. However, we're going to have to wait to see if there's any real evidence for them making their clothes in China." Despite their statement, what's really getting attention is the idea that this might only be the beginning. People are already talking about how other workers from different factories might come forward soon. If that happens, it could completely shift the way the world looks at luxury brands and how they really operate behind the scenes. But not everyone's mad about it. Some people said they don't really care where it's made because what they're really paying for is the brand name and the status that comes with it. So even with the truth out there, not everyone plans to stop buying. For this video's comment question, do you believe Louis Vuitton? Before you go, be sure to give this video a thumbs.
Yeah, and that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. People so obsessed with someone else's name other than their name. And the vast majority of these luxury brands are bought by poor people. Because I remember when I was in a barbershop one day in Brooklyn, New York, some guy came in a full Dior, like a blue Dior tracksuit. And he was showing off his tracksuit to the guy who was cutting my hair. And I had asked him a question. I was like, yo, did Dior pay you to wear that? Or did you pay Dior to wear that? Because I'm in the mindset that you having all this Dior plastered all over your tracksuit, your pants, and your sweats or whatnot, you're basically paying Dior to advertise its brand. They're getting free advertisement from you when you want to wear their stuff that's plastered with their name all over it. And in reality, it's just broke people showing off to other broke people how broke they are. Because most people who buy these luxury items have to go into debt for them. Have to go into debt for them or break their necks to get just the cheapest thing that Gucci sells. And it's absolutely insane to me. I don't understand it at all. I'm not into this whole fashion brand stuff. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like button, do all that YouTube stuff, and I will see you guys next time.